Rain lashed against the windows of the Vancouver apartment, a rhythmic drumming that felt more like a warning than a welcome. James dragged his final cardboard box across the hardwood floor, the sound echoing in the hollow space. The rent was suspiciously low for such a central location, but James was too relieved to care. As the landlord handed over the keys, his hand was cold, and he pointed a bony finger at the bedroom wall. "Never cover the mirror," he commanded, his voice raspy and thin. James chuckled, assuming it was just a bizarre quirk of an eccentric owner. He tossed his coat on a chair and collapsed into bed, letting the exhaustion of moving day pull him into a deep, dreamless sleep. At exactly 3 a.m., the silence of the room shattered. James sat bolt upright, his skin prickling as if 1,000 needles were pressing against his flesh. The air felt heavy, vibrating with an unseen presence that made his lungs ache. He scanned the dark corners, but found only shifting shadows and the pale glow of the streetlights outside. His gaze drifted to the mirror across from the bed. His reflection stared back, mimicking his panicked posture perfectly. He exhaled a long, shaky breath, trying to steady his racing heart, and closed his eyes for just a moment. He told himself it was just the nerves of a new place. But when he opened them again, the temperature in the room had turned frigid. James shifted his head to the left to reach for his phone, his hand trembling. But in the corner of his eye, something was wrong. His reflection did not move. It remained staring straight ahead, its eyes locked onto the spot where James had been a second ago. A cold sweat broke across his brow. He moved his arm again, but the man in the glass stayed frozen, a terrifying statue of himself. James tried to shout, but his throat tightened into a hard knot, stifling any sound. Slowly, the reflection's lips began to curl into a wide, jagged smile that no human face should be able to make. James sat motionless, his own face a mask of pure terror. Then, the reflection raised a slow, deliberate hand, pointing a long finger directly behind James's shoulder. Every muscle in his body screamed to run, to vanish, but he turned his head slowly, his neck cracking in the silence. The space behind him was empty. Nothing but the wall. He whipped his head back to the mirror, but the glass was now a flat, silver void. No reflection. No James. No room. Just an empty, shimmering abyss. He scrambled off the bed, his feet barely touching the floor as he sprinted into the hallway, fumbling blindly for his phone in the dark. He dialed the landlord with shaking fingers,